Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Fargo Bombers versus the Renner Sultans.
Fargo Bombers on the mound.
For the Bombers tonight, we have Jay Peasland pitching. Drew Calbus is catching. Playing first is Andrew Colasar. Or excuse me, Drew Hovland is at first base. Andrew Colasar is at second base. Shortstop is Cole Stimson. And third base is Cormac Nagel. In the outfield, we have Will Eli. In left field, center field, Isaac Mossbrecker, and right field, Elliot Butenhoff.
And in right field, number 13, Elliot Butenhoff.
All right, looks like we're about to get started here. It's overcast, about 85 degrees, so it's a little warm, but definitely a good evening for some baseball. Sawyer Konechny is leading off for Renner.
Almost had it.
And Peasland's first pitch is a ball. And outside again for ball two. Got a foul tip there for strike one. Counts 2-1 for Jay Peasland. 2-1 offering is low. 3-1. Pitch. Got it in there. 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside for strike three. Jay strikes out the first batter for Renner.
Number 2, Colin Boyle.
All right. Up next is left fielder Colin Boyle for the Renner Sultans. That pitch is inside. Looks like it hit him. So we got a hit by pitch there. 1 out with the runner on first.
Batting for the Sultans, catcher number 22, Joey Label.
Joey Label is up for the Renner Sultans. He's the catcher. Ball one. Colin Boyle on first base with a good lead. Jay checked him. Safe at first. Back again. And the pitch. Up high. Ball two. There's a hit to the shortstop. Opportunity turn two. Got it. Out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Double play to end the inning.
Half the top to first.
And
Renner Sultans with no runs, no
that'll
hits,
do it
no
for the top of the first. 0-0 is your score. And Cormac Nagel, Andrew Colasar, and Cohen Gephardt will lead off the bottom of the first. All right, we're back here at the bottom of the second, or excuse me, bottom of the first. Cormac Nagel's leading things off for the Bombers. On the mound for the Renner Sultans is Evan Schoenfield. And the first pitch goes over his head. The Renner Sultans, this is their second game in a row. They played the Jamestown Junior Legion team just before this game and lost 5-2. There's a swing right at the pitcher, digs it out, and gets it to first for the first out.
Up to bat for the Bombers, second baseman, number 5, Andrew Colasar.
Andrew Colasar up now. He is playing second base this game for the Bombers.
I'd say second or first.
Cohen Gephardt is on deck, and Isaac Mossbrecher is in the hole for the Bombers.
Didn't know I'd be quizzed, so I wasn't paying.
Andrew just stands and watches that one sail across his back shoulder blades for ball one.
I'm just going to write it in here because
Strike one on the outside corner. The 1-1. Andrew gets a nice hit. It's in the gap, but it's in the air, and it drops. Base hit for Andrew Colasar.
now batting for the Bombers, designated hitter, number 11, Cohen Gephardt.
All right, Cohen Gephardt's at the plate. Isaac Mossbrecher's on deck, and Drew Calbus is in the hole for the Bombers. Andrew gets his lead off first, and
Beautiful.
right up the middle, right to the center fielder. Nice piece of hitting there by Cohen Gephardt.
Batting for the Bombers, center fielder, number 8, Isaac Mossbrecher.
All right, Isaac Mossbrecher's up now, playing center field. 2 on and 1 out. First baseman's playing in. First pitch is in the dirt. Catcher does a good job of keeping that in front of him. 1-0. And the offering in the dirt gets by the catcher, and our runners advance to second and third. Isaac staying in the box, waiting the 2-0 pitch, and he ducks under it for ball 3. The 3-0. Right down Main Street. All right, 3-1. Isaac Mossberger walks, loading the bases for Drew Calbus.
Batting for the Bombers.
And then we have
Catcher,
Cole Stimpson
number
on
6,
deck,
Drew
and
Calbus.
Drew Hovland in the hole. Corners playing in for the Renner Sultans. First pitch is a strike. Outfield is shading to the right, as you would expect with a left-handed hitter. Pulls that one foul. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Drew swings at it, breaking ball to go home with it, and they get the runner at home. Nice play by the Renner Sultans. Played the corners in just for that scenario.
Batting
2 out
Bombers,
for
shortstop,
the Bombers.
Number 10, Cole Stimpson.
So it's 2 outs for the Bombers. Cole Stimpson's at the plate. Drew Hovland's on deck, and Will Eli's in the hole for the Bombers. And the pitch. Strike 1. We have Cohen Gephardt on third, Isaac Mossberger on second, and Drew Calbus on first. And the 0-1 fouled off. Two outs with bases loaded. There's a nice gap in right field to right center. And the 0-2. Caught by the shortstop going to first off the bag, but he's able to apply the tag and get the third out of the inning. So the Renner Sultans are able to escape the bottom of the first without giving up any runs. 0-0 when we return for the top of the second inning. about to start the top of the second inning here. The Renner Sultans are at bat.
The Sultans, number 21,
The
Landon
number 4
Nornberg.
hitter, Landon Nornberg, is up at the plate. Jay Peasland starts him out with a strike.
Did you guys turn the outfield lights on?
Yeah. I can't personally, but
I'll do it after this inning.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, we
And
got
here's
it.
the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Jay's ahead 0-2 on Landon Nornberg.
I didn't even think about it.
Well, Blue asked. Marshall.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit, just down the line. It's going to be a tough play at first, and not in time. So the leadoff hitter for the Sultan Renners reaches base.
First baseman, number 5, Alex McRinney.
Next to bat is Alex McCrinney, the first baseman for the Sultan Renners, or the Renner Sultans.
Minor twist.
Okay.
I'll show you where they're at. That's the hard part.
First pitch, breaking ball, just misses.
Are they in here somewhere?
Some closet here.
Closet.
I assume you're qualified to flip a switch.
Alright, Jay checks the runner.
Certification or something like that.
The only thing is,
And there's a hit into left field. First 2 runners aboard for Renner.
Up to bat for the Sultans, right fielder, number 4, Jack Salter.
the only thing is they don't want them all flipped off.
Jack Salter up for Renner.
So you like flip
Views.
He is the right fielder. So we have
I think there's 3 or 4.
2 on and no out for the Bombers. Corner's playing in. Here's the bunt. It is laid down. And covering. Got him. Andrew Colasar did a nice job coming over from second base to cover first for that out.
Second baseman, number
The runners
17,
do advance.
Dylan Creek.
So we got 1 out. Runners in second and third. Corners in. Ball 1. One 0 for Jay. Got the outside corner for strike 1. Jay's ready to go. Strike 2. The 1-2. Up in the air, back to the pitcher. He holds the runners, gets the out at first. Nice job, Jay Peasland.
Now batting for the Sultans, designated hitter, number 10, Chris Roos.
All right, got 2 outs. Chris Roos, the designated hitter, is up to bat for Renner. And Jay's ready to go. Just inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Breaking ball. Got it. 1-1. Right down the middle. Shortstop has it, fires it to first, but off target. And got him at third? Yeah, he did. The runner that was on second base rounded third a little too hard and then lost his footing. And Drew Hovland was able to get it back over to Cormac Nagel to take him out. But the Bombers do give up 1 run there. And so at the bottom of the second inning, the Renner Sultans are 1 and Fargo Bombers are 0. All right, we're back here. Drew Hovland will be leading things off for the Bombers.
First baseman, number 3, Drew Hovland.
Will Eli is on deck, and Elliot Butenhoff is in the hole. Inside from Evan Schoenfield for ball 1. That's a strike. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Drew takes a swing and misses that one, or foul tips it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drew Hovland strikes out swinging for the first out of the bottom of the second inning.
Left fielder, number 1, William Ely.
Will Ely's up for the Bombers. He's playing left field for them today. His first pitch, he swings. Strike 1. Breaking ball, just high. Counts even at 1-1. Will waits for the offering. Outside. 2-1. Three and 1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Will Eli hustles down to first since it was a pass ball. Stays at first.
Batting for the Bombers, right fielder, number 13, Elliot Butenhoff.
Elliot Butenhoff up to the plate. Swing and a miss. Pass ball. Must have been a foul tip. 0-1. Will Ely on first. Contact. Foul back. 0-2 is the count for Elliot. Fouls that one away too. Count remains at 0-2. All right, we're all set, ready to go. The pitch, high and inside for ball 1. And we're set. Here's the pitch. 1-2 on its way. Hits Butenhoff. Hit by pitch. So that puts runners on first and second for the Bombers. And we roll the roster over. Top of the lineup, I mean, for
Up to bat,
Cormac
third
Nagel.
baseman, number 7, Cormac Nagel.
Cormac shows bunt and he lays one down. Oh, and it goes foul. 0-1, 1 out. We got 2 runners on. Will Ely at second, Elliot Butenhoff at first. Evan Schoenfield pitching. First baseman is creeping up a lot, and there's a base hit. And the runners are going to hold. And now we got the bases loaded for the Bombers. With 1 out. And Andrew Colasar will be up to the plate.
Up to bat for the Bombers, second baseman, number 5, Andrew Colasar.
It's tie. Pitch outside gets away from him, but Will decides to stay at third. Counts 2-0. And Andrew gets hit on the helmet, which probably one of the better spots to get hit at. But a run batted in. Renner Sultans are having a mound visit. Cohen Gephardt is up to bat next. And then it'll be Isaac Mossbrecker and Drew Kalbus.
Now batting for the Bombers, designated hitter, number 11, Cohen Gephardt.
Cohen Gephardt digs in. First pitch. Little chin music for the first ball. He's 1 for 1 today. Lays off the outside strike. 1-1. In the dirt for ball 2. The 2-1. Strike. Right down the middle. 2-2. Outside, full count. Strike 3.
No way. Batting for the Bombers, center fielder, number 8, Isaac Mossbrecker.
All right. Cohen strikes out. That gives us 2 outs for the Bombers, and Isaac Mossbrecker is up at bat. Isaac swings at the first pitch, breaking pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, you should have swung at that second strike. That was beautiful.
Next ball's hit, little bloop, and it's going to get caught by the center fielder. So the Bombers leave 3 on base, but they do score 1 run to tie the game. So we'll start the top of the third here. with
At the
Renner
bottom of the
Sultans
second,
at bat.
Bombers with 1 run. Now
All
back to the Sultans.
right, we're gonna get
Shortstop,
started
number
here.
3, Jack
Top of the
Siebert.
third. The number 9 batter, Jack Siebert, is up at the plate for Renner. Swings at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Jay's pitch, breaking ball. Is it gonna? It gets by left fielder Will Ely, and that is a single for Jack Siebert to lead things off for the Renner Sultans.
Batting for the Sultans, center fielder, number 23, Sawyer Kokney.
That brings Sawyer Kanoki up to the plate, top of the lineup for the Renner Sultans. And the pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Jay gets in front, 0-1. Doesn't catch the corner that time. 1-1. Jay throws back to first. Jack Siebert is back in time. Ball 2. 2-1 to Sawyer. Jay checks the runner and delivers. Ball 3. Three and 1. Pitch fouled back. Full count for Sawyer Kanoki. And the pitch. To the second baseman. Got a chance to turn 2. Safe.
Close.
Good aggressive play
Close.
by Andrew Colasar.
Up to bat, left fielder, number 2, Colin Boyle.
Colin Boyle now up to bat for Renner. Starts him off with a strike. Fouled back, right at us. Strike 2. Jay sets. Fires. Hit to left field. Might be trouble. Looks like it's over Will's head. And it is. Looking like at least a double here. Bombers trying to cut. And they do, just to hold the runners at second and third.
Batting for the Sultans, catcher number 22, Joey Label.
So we got one out. Runners on second and third. And Joey Label is up to bat for Renner. Blue called time to get a bat cleared from the playing field. Ready to go now. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Ball is in play to short. Stimson scoops it, gets it to first. But a run does score. So Joey Label did his job.
Batting for the Sultans, third base, number 21, Landon Nornberg.
So Renner now leads the Bombers 2-1. And the first pitch to Nornberg is a ball. Got him swinging there to even the count at 1-1. Jay from the windup gets the corner. He's ahead 1-2 now. Goes at him, and Nornberg is able to foul it off. Count remains at 1-2 with 2 out. Ball's in play. It's gonna score a run. Right between first and second.
Up to bat for the Sultans, first baseman, number 5, Alex McGraney.
All right, Alex McGraney's up. He's the 5th batter in the lineup for the Renner Sultans. He had a hit in his last at bat. Starts him out with the ball. Gets a strike on the outside corner. Two one. Got a mound visit from the coach here. All right, our mound visit is concluded. The 2-1. It's high. 3-1. And inside. That is a walk, so we'll have runners on first and second.
Up to bat for the Sultans right fielder, number 4, Jack Salter.
Jack Salter is up at the plate for Renner. 2 out in the inning, first and second. Have runners on and hit to third, but missed it.
Up to bat second baseman, number 17, Dylan.
All right, with that error, it loads the bases. Still have 2 out. Foul ball. Dylan Kreitch is at the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. One and one. Ball's up in the air, hit towards right. Elliot Butenhoff is underneath it and makes the catch to end the inning. We're going into the bottom of the third, and the Renner Sultans are up on the Post 2 Bombers 3-1.
Number 6, Drew Calvis.
All right. Starting the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Bombers is Drew Calvis. He'll be followed by Cole Stimson and Drew Hovland. Drew Calvis is 0 for 1 today. Outside for ball 1. Drew turns on an inside pitch, but it doesn't get very far. Pops out to second base.
Now batting for the Bombers, shortstop, number 10, Cole Stimson.
Cole Stimson up to bat. He's 0 for 1 today. Looking to lead things off for the Bombers. Hits it to the first baseman, and 2 down. For the Bombers in the bottom of the third.
Up to bat for the Bombers, first base, number 3, Drew Hovland.
Drew Hovland's up, the first baseman for the Bombers. First pitch is hit right up the middle for a hit, base hit.
Now batting for the Bombers, left fielder, number 1, Will Ely.
Will Ely up to bat now for the Bombers with 2 outs and a runner on first. Drew gets his lead. Here comes the pitch and off the plate. 1-0. Fouls one back. 1-1. Evan Schoenfelder is at 49 pitches for the game. And ball gets past the catcher, allowing Drew to get to second base. Two and one to Will Ely. Oh, pops one up behind the first baseman. Nope, he's able to gather under it and make the catch. And the bottom of the third inning for the Bombers.
After the bottom of the third, the Bombers with
Bombers
no runs,
1,
no
Renner 3.
errors.
All right, first pitch is in there for a strike. Up the middle, Andrew Colasar can't field it cleanly, and Chris Bruce will get on base. I believe that's
Up to bat,
well
shortstop, number 3.
outside of the
Jack
first inning.
Seaver.
The Renner Sultans have had the leadoff runner get on base. All right. Jack Siebert's up. Swings on the first pitch. Looks like it's up. Drew Hovland is underneath it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And we'll be going back to the top of the lineup with Sawyer Kanoki.
Up to bat, center fielder, number 23, Sawyer Coffey.
First pitch swinging, foul the back for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Che catches the outside corner. Up 0-2. And it looks like the sun is starting to creep out in center field. 0-2, just high. Sawyer able to lay off the high fastball. 1-2 is in the dirt. Brings us back to 2-2. Got him. Got him on the outside corner. That's 2 outs.
Left fielder number 2, Colin Boyle.
That's 2 strikeouts for Jay Peasland. And he starts Colin Boyle off with a strike on a foul tip. Oh. Colin Boyle gets hit by a pitch. Runners on first and second.
Up the bat, Sultans catcher number 22, Joy Label.
And that'll bring up Joey Label for this Renner Sultans. He's the catcher, so he's getting his gear off and getting up to the batter's box. All right. We're ready to go. First pitch swinging. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. High. 1-1. Pitch is outside. Brings the count to 2-1 for Joey Label. Jay's got his pitch. Outside. 3-1. Joey Label's the number 3 hitter for the Sultans. And Joey calls time. Looks like he may have gotten something in his eye. All right. We're ready. And he walks him. The ump is calling it low. And now we got bases loaded. We're getting another mound visit. And it looks like we're going to have a relief pitcher coming in. Looks like Sam Mon. Oh no, that's George Gilbreth. Left-handed pitcher.
23, right? Yep. Coming in for relief, pitcher number 23,
We'll let George warm up and take a quick break. All right. We're getting ready to start back up here. George Gilbreth is in to pitch for Chase Heasland, who threw 65 pitches, had 40 strikes on those, and 2 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Up to bat, number 21, Landon Nordberg.
For Renner, Landon Norberg is up. At the plate, he's the number 4 hitter for the Renner Sultans. And George's first pitch is swung on. Got scooped up by Andrew Colasar, who makes the play to first to end the inning. All right. That should. Oh, that's wrong. We're headed into the bottom of the 4th here for the Bombers, and the score is Renner Sultans 3, Fargo Bombers 1. All right, we're getting ready to start the bottom of the 4th. Elliot Butenhoff is up to bat to lead things off for the Bombers. And Evan Schoenfelder is still pitching for Renner. And that first pitch is a strike. Elliott swings at the second offering and pulls it foul. Schoenfelder's up to 54 pitches for the day, or this game anyway. All right, here comes the 0-2. Well outside for ball 1. Elliott swings, hits to short, and he's out at first. All right, we're at the top of the lineup for the Bombers. Cormac Nagel's up, third baseman.
Third baseman, number 7, Cormac Nagel.
Cormac's 1 for 2 today.
Come on, start something here.
First pitch is outside for ball 1. And that was a strike all day. I'm sure Cormac would love that one back. Next pitch from Schoenfelder. Over the top of Cormac's head. 2-1. Pitch inside. Called for a strike. 2-2. Outside. Count is full. 3-2 to Cormac. And swings on the pitch, and Cormac is the second out of the inning. All right, Andrew Colasar.
And for the Bombers, second baseman, number 5, Andrew Colasar.
Andrew's 1 for 1 today with an RBI. And starts him off with a ball. 1-0 to Colasar. Ball 2. Cohen Gephardt on deck for the Bombers. Schoenfelder shakes off some signs. And the pitch. And Colasar gets his second hit of the day.
Up to bat, Bombers designated hitter, number 11, Cohen Gephardt.
All right. Cohen Gephardt's 1 for 2 today. Got 2 outs. I'm collecting some more baseballs.
Check to see if you wrapped it up or not.
All right.
Yeah, if you could bring it up here, that'd be perfect.
Looks like we're ready to go.
Thank you.
Cohen's ready to go. Schoenfelder's pitch is swung on. Hit to third base. Got to make a play, and he does to end the inning. And that'll do it for the Bombers in the bottom of the 4th. Still trailing the Renner Sultans 3-1. All right, we're set to start the top of the 5th here.
Up to the bat for the Sultans, number 5, Alex Green.
George Gilbrist is on the mound for the Bombers. Alex McKinney up to bat for the Sultans. George's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Next pitch, it does catch the corner. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
What is it, 2-1?
Ball's hit up in the air and it's fouled back out of play.
2-2 here.
Counts 2-2. Gilbert gets oh, a little confused there by blue, but yes, Gilbert gets him swinging, and we got our first out of the inning for the Bombers.
Jack Salter.
All right, Jack Salter now up to bat, right fielder. Gilbert's offering is just outside. 1-0 is the count. Gets him swinging on the second pitch to even the count at 1-1. Comes back inside and gets him for a strike. The 1-2 gets him swinging for strikeout number 2.
Batting for the Sultans, number 17, Dylan Creek.
All right, Dylan Creaky's up for Renner. Jobus rocks and fires and gets a strike. Doesn't seem like the Renner Sultans are happy with the strike zone at the moment.
Uh-oh. Watch out, boys.
Jobers comes outside for strike 2.
Above your head, call it right there.
And the 0-2 offering. Inside, fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. Played a shortstop, bobbles it a little bit. Oh, a lot of bit. Thought if he could get a handle on it right away, he still had a chance at first, but wasn't able to pick it up barehanded. So, runner reaches on an error.
Bat for the Sultans, number 10, Chris Roos.
And that brings up Chris Roos, the designated hitter for the Renner Sultans. Gilbert's now working from the stretch. Throws that one high. Ball 1. 1-0 is the count. 2 out. Throw back to first. Dylan back in plenty of time. All right. Gilbert gets set. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 is a strike. All right. Gilbert gets a sign. Throws it high. Evens count. 2-2. Nothing hurt there. Ball's up in the air. Elliott's got to get back, and he does. Makes the catch. Elliott Butenhoff, nice catch to end the inning. So that at the end of the top of 5, we are at
After the top of the fifth,
Bombers
Sultans
1,
with no runs.
Renner 3,
One bomber.
and up next for the Bombers will be
Here,
Isaac
business rights
Mossbrecher,
for Jack Williams
followed by
Stadium
Drew
for the
Calvis,
baseball
and then
program.
Cole Stimson.
Advertising.
All right, getting ready to start the bottom of the 5th inning here. Isaac
Batting
Mossbrecher's at
for
bat.
The Bombers, number 8, Isaac Mossbrecher.
Isaac steps in to lead things off for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Takes a pitch inside for a strike. All right, 0-1 to Isaac Mossbrecher. He hits a deep foul ball into right field. He's down 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, trying to catch that corner. 1-2. Right on the hands as it fouls it into the dugout. 1-2. That one is low. Count is now 2-2. More baseball deliveries for Blue. I think we had a timing issue as it calls for time. Now we're ready. 2-2. Looks a little bit high. Full count is now full. I forgot to mention Alex McKinney is now pitching for Renner in relief. The 3-2. Strike. Struck him out. struck him out for the first out of the inning. Drew Calbus is up next for the Bombers, followed by Cole Stimson.
Up to bat, Bombers catcher, number 6, Drew Callis.
And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Two and 0 for Drew Calbus. Drew gets back in the box. We're ready to go for the 2-0 pitch. Got a strike. Two and 1. And it's a ball. So we're at 3 and 1 now. Locked him. Ball was low. All right, we got one on.
Up
With
to bat,
one out.
Bombers shortstop, number 10,
And we're going to get
Cole
a courtesy runner
Stimson.
for Drew since he's catching this game. Can't quite tell who's over there. But we have Cole Stimson at bat. And Drew Hovland is on deck for the Bombers. First pitch is low. The 1-0. Cole fouls it back, even the count. Ball gets away, and it looks like Colin Holt was the pinch runner for Drew Calbus, and he gets to second base on that pass ball. Yep, that is Colin Holt, number 24. And the pitch, high. That gets us to 3 and 1. That's a strike. All right, full count for Cole Stimson. McKinney's offering inside, and Colin Holt's able to get to third base on that. So we got runners on the corners
First baseman,
with
number
one out.
3, Drew Hovland.
And Drew Hovland is our next batter for the Bombers. And Will Eli is on deck.
You got it. Thanks.
Throw back to first and safe at first. All right. And And the first pitch is airmailed.
Yes.
And Bombers are on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning with the wild pitch. 3-2. All right. Get things back in order. Drew Hovland steps back in the box. Alex McKinney gets his sign. And gets a strike to even the count. The 1-1. Over his head again, and that allows Simpson to get to third. And that pitch was a ball, so the count is now 2-1. One out for the Bombers. Catcher was able to keep that one in front of him. Three and one. And there's a walk. Bombers will have runners at the corners again. And that will bring up Will Ely, but we're going to have a mound visit before that. All right, mound visit's over. Everybody's got their instructions. We're ready to play some baseball. Alex McKinney's still pitching for the Renner Sultans, and Will Ely's up to bat. First pitch, Will is hit by the pitch. So that'll load the bases for the Bombers. Will might need some ice for that later.
Batting for Bombers. Right fielder, number 13, Elliott Buttonhoff.
All right. Might have had a technical difficulty there. First pitch for Elliott Buttonhoff is a strike. Next pitch is a ball. All right. Elliott bunts it, and they're able to get out at home.
batting for the Bombers, third baseman, number 7, Cormac Nagel.
Folks, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties here. Please stand by.